Hi, welcome to the Discover Your Life Today YouTube channel. My name is Maveen Kaura. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can make money buying and selling garage sale items. Now, I'm not suggesting that this be your full-time job, but if you're not just looking for a way to make some extra money, this might be a great way to make a couple $100, if not more, just by pursuing a hobby of interest. You can also go over to discoveryourlifetoday.com/garage sale items and read this article in more detail as well. You know, garage sale items can be one person's garbage and another person's treasure. You know, right now in North America, there are hundreds of garage sales, if not thousands of garage sales happening on the weekends, and people finding unique items that they want to buy either for themselves to keep, and some people saying, you know what, I could probably sell this product and make a small profit. So why do people go to garage sales to buy and sell? I think they do because they really want to make some extra money. You know, I found that you can find interesting items that can be sold. Myself and my wife have done so. We first decided to go to garage sales just because we had seen so many of them. We decided to stop in at one time, and we started to take a look at what they had. We found some really cool items. Then we started taking a look at estate sales and said we found some, even more interesting items. There are times people pass away and the family members really don't know what to do with the stuff. They don't want to keep it. So they do sell these things, and sometimes they really do sell the items for a really good price depending on what the product is. So there's a lot of different places that you can go and find these garage sales. But the first thing you can do is start maybe checking out a site like Garage Sale. A lot of people will go on there to sell things as well. So that's one place you can have an online garage sale. Craigslist, Kijiji, your local newspaper may have them. Even thrift stores have garage sale style items as well. Even looking in the salvaged items at your local insurance company after claims, that can also be a place that you can buy and sell items for as well. For me, I thought it was important to look at the local listings since, I'm in a place like Calgary, Alberta, Canada. There's a lot of listings on Kijiji. That's where most people do their place, they list their garage sale for people to come to on the Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays. Typically, there's nothing really between Monday and Thursday. Sometimes on Fridays as well. It's kind of hit and miss. Summertime is usually the best place and time to have a garage sale because it's nice, it's warm. People like to get out of their homes. You can find some really distinct items at these places. I recommend, before you head out to a garage sale, to have a plan about what you want to kind of look for and what kind of stuff that you want to buy. My experience and this video really comes from going to garage sales over the years and finding items to buy and sell. And with those items, I'm going to want to give you some examples of things that we found and things that we sold as well. And over time, how we were able to make enough money just to pay for some simple trips, which I will mention at the end of the video. Before we planned the day. We planned where we wanted to go and which garage sales we wanted to go to. We also planned the area of town that we wanted to go to, and we also had taken with us some batteries and a small toolkit in case we needed to open something or take a look at something, as long as the other person allowed us to do so. Most people who have garage sales started typically early. Some days we would be out of the house by 7 a.m. And sometimes people wouldn't start garage sales till 10 a.m. So really, it's about understanding where the garage sales are that are going to have hopefully the best stuff for you to buy, and also what time you should go to them. For me, I hate backtracking, so I always try to plan the best road trip for the day to kind of see what part of the city we should be in. We would typically take no more than $100. We would always take small bills and lots of change as well. You don't want to pull out a $100 bill and say, hey, give me a discount, because no one's going to want to give you a discount if you're pulling out a $100 bill. When you get to the garage sale, I always say it's always nice to say hello to the person that is hosting the garage sale. Make sure you're looking around and make sure you do not break anything. My wife and I personally, we looked for items that were new, barely used, expensive to buy in the stores, collectible, rare, or just looked really interesting. Before we made an offer on the product, we inspected it. We wanted to make sure that the quality was something that we could buy and then turn around and sell. The last thing we wanted to do was go home with the purchase we had made, even if it's for $1, even if it's for a penny, to buy it and find out it was broken and that we couldn't turn around and resell it. We always made an offer on the product. You know, you can't get a discount if you don't ask for the discount, and the more of a discount you can get means the bigger profit you can keep when you're turning around and selling this item as well. I personally believe all the prices are flexible, and most people are flexible because they want to sell the product. One of the things you can do, let's say you have a $20 bill in your hand, the item is for $20. You know, what I would do is, instead of getting that $20 bill, look for something smaller, like a 10, and pull out a $10 bill for that $20 item and say, hey, I have $10 here, would you take that right now? Most people are going to look at that money in your hand and don't want to lose it. It's a sales technique. They don't want to lose the money that they could be getting because whatever they're selling may not be as valuable to them as that $10 bill that you're holding in your hand. They may accept the deal. They may say no. They might hold firm. That's up to them. Your job is to ask. Ask the host of the garage sale if they have sales often. If they do, you can also get their direct number and ask them to maybe give you a call the next time they have a garage sale, so you can be the first person to come take a look at their items before they start the garage sale. Watch out for people who have too many garage sales. This can typically be their business, and maybe they're selling goods at a higher margin. That's typically what we noticed. They usually don't offer a lot of discounts because that's their business. This is how they make money. So they may go to storages and buy storage lockers and sell stuff for the best price that they can get it for, but they just sell it at the garage sale versus like at a swap meet or somewhere else, in their own little pawn shop or something like that. When you leave the garage sale, again, make sure you thank the host for having a garage sale if you bought something or even if you did not buy anything. I just think it gives the person another reason to have a garage sale some other time down the road. What to look for. Now, this is going to be a disclaimer on this. I can't tell you what's going to sell, what's not going to sell. You really have to do your due diligence, figure out what's going to sell for you. But these are just things that we have bought over time, and these are some of the reasons on why we bought these particular items and why we thought they would do well in selling them. So we looked for new or newer kitchen appliances that were small and easy to carry. Any item that said Disney on it would be a really good seller, especially if it's easy to wear. And make sure you're just looking at what the wear and tear on the item itself looks like as well. We look for educational toys because many people like educational toys for their kids around Christmas. We look for popular toys or video games that people are looking for right now. I did not purchase any shoes or boots. But, if you are able to find some really fancy brands, and maybe you know somebody who's looking for these fancy brands, you might be able to sell them quick, right? Maybe something like steel toe shoes. If you are able to sell steel toe shoes to people who are in the construction industry and know you can buy them for a good price because people are looking for them, you may be able to sell them for a good, decent price as well. When it came to sports equipment, we didn't really buy a lot of sports equipment like hockey sticks and helmets and stuff like that. But if you're going to do that, look for something in great condition. Make sure you're getting a good deal on it because sports equipment does cost a lot of money, and some people are looking to get a good deal on it, especially if it's lightly used. When the Toronto Blue Jays were really hot a few years ago, and they're still kind of hot right now, we picked up some items that were like $1 to $2, and we sold them on Kijiji, the website, for $15 to $20. So, although it's not a lot of money, but look at the margins. We're selling for anywhere between 15 to 20 times or 10 times 10 to 15 times the what we bought it for. So I mean, we're able to make some good money even just in 20s, 5s, and 10s. And again, we're just doing this for fun and just kind of getting out there, learning a lot of different things, and selling items that could have some good value to somebody else. We didn't buy any clothes either for resale, but if you are going to buy some clothes, make sure you're looking for high-end clothing that you can really resell. I just don't like to resell clothes just because I don't want to have to hold on to this clothes, and I find maybe it's just better to donate clothes and actually buy them and sell them. Women's accessories are easy to come by. Again, we didn't buy a lot of those items, but again, just make sure you're buying the actual brand and not a knockoff. Since we only took $100, we did not purchase any office equipment or any stuff like that. You know, office equipment is maybe too big to throw in the back of the trunk or in the back of the car or something like that. And you know, we weren't really looking to hold anything for longer periods of time. Although we never bought any cosmetics or perfume either, I did come across a whole bunch of vintage bottles. I would have actually bought those vintage bottles, but again, the person who was selling them was not willing to budge on the price, and I wasn't really looking to get into holding those bottles in case I couldn't sell them. Tools for sure are a great buy. Tools are great because people are always looking for them, just like steel-toe shoes. Look for great brands that professionals would want to use and they trust. Collectibles such as coins, Coke memorabilia, antiques, watches, eyewear, toys, art, minerals, statues, comics, sports cards, or anything that's unique, keep an eye out for it. These are the things that people would want to buy. And, you know, especially anything with age to it, people love buying those kind of things. When you're buying and selling garage sale items, you'll notice that many people have the same stuff in common. So what you are paying for, make sure people are also willing to pay for it and able to pay you more money for it than what you're willing to pay. So selling items after you've made the purchase. So now that you've gone to these garage sales, you found them, these are things that we suggest. So obviously make sure you clean the product if it's cleanable. Make sure, you know, if anything needs to be fixed or washed or, make sure you're doing that to ensure that the best look of this item can be seen by the person who's looking to buy it, or any of the pictures you're taking. You want to make sure those pictures are good quality and a good representation of what you are selling to the people on wherever you're going to be selling. Again, like I said, do some research on what the value of these items are if you can prior to making the purchase as well. So if you could pull up your eBay or Kijiji or another, maybe a Facebook, because they have a lot of buy-sell groups on there. See what other people are selling it for, maybe on other websites, what it's new, what it can be for used. So you have a really good idea of what you want to pay for it, and maybe what the seller may want to, or buyer may want to buy it for once you're ready to sell. There are a few things to keep in mind, especially if you're listing and selling on a place like eBay. If you're going to be shipping the product, remember the post office charges. Shipping does cost money, especially if you're shipping from Canada to the United States. And it's also expensive because you're also shipping by weight and size. For many items that are larger, I would make sure the workmanship is good, because we've had some products that we bought initially in the starting that we didn't realize some of the workmanship, and we had to either scrap that product or really sell it for way cheaper than it was. After you send the package, stay in contact with the buyer and ask them to leave you a feedback on eBay. It's harder and harder to get those feedbacks, but if you continue to do your due diligence, people will leave you the feedback that you require. In the description of the product, make sure you include details of the product, such as the measurements or any other important detail that you know about this item that can help sell it. If you're interested, you can also get a tracking number so the person and yourself can keep track of where the product is at all times. And if you're really interested and continue this as a business, I'd recommend getting just a simple spreadsheet going, keeping track of your inventory, how much you're buying for, how much you're selling for, and what kind of profit margins you are making. Again, it's hard to keep track of your time. I mean, you can. It's hard to put a dollar value on the time you're spending. Again, for myself and my wife, we started this as more of a hobby to start going out to garage sales just to kind of get to know each other. We had just gotten married at that time, so this was just a kind of a neat thing for us to do to get to know each other. So like I said at the starting of the video, I would tell you some of the things that we were able to do with the money. So over the years, we've been able to take 3 really cool trips, for us anyways, places like Cuba we visited Panama, and we visited the Dominican Republic. Just by doing this exact thing, buying at garage sales and selling and turning around and selling. There are a few items that we have kept over the time because there are some really cool items out there. Like I said, there's some really cool treasures for us to find. I hope you've been able to enjoy this video. I hope you go out and try to buy and sell at garage sales. Keep in mind, I can't tell you if you're going to be successful. Go over to discoveryourlifetoday.com. Please subscribe to the website. Go check out discoveryourlifetoday.com garage sale items and read this article in a little bit more detail for yourself. Remember to like this video, leave any comments below, and I hope you can go out and find yourself some cool items and make some good money.